You went to a top school, but you didn't. You struggled. You didn't like it.
It was tough, like academically. I went from a school that I was probably, my junior school where I was probably one of maybe the top kids there, with academically, to a place where I was probably near the bottom, if not the bottom. It's each thing, but eventually you get yourself through it. But again, like I say, I mean, even when I went to nursery, I went to infant school. Mum would say, I would pretend I was ill so I didn't have to go to school. I just hated it. I hated the authority, the get up in the morning, go to this. I just wanted to be with my mum, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. So, yeah, at 16, I left school, big wide world. Oh, I'm going to go and do a carpentry apprenticeship. You know what I mean? Didn't know nothing about carpentry. What's made me want to do that? I don't know.
Do you think that, because I think that's one of the really interesting things about us. Like, was it like seeing? Because I went to a state school comprehensive, bang in the middle. A lot of your mates went there. Bang in the middle, a massive cancer estate. All of my mates, literally, apart from a couple, were at 13 knew that they were going to work with their old man, on the site, or most people do that. And our dad is an electrician and stuff like that. And which is one of the reasons I struggled as I got later into my teens and my early, because I knew I never wanted to do that, but I wanted to find different things. But in a lot of ways, it was the natural course for someone like that. Obviously, I had a creative mind. What was it that made you sort of? What was it that made you sort of? Was it seeing Dad? Was it seeing everyone around you?
I think, yeah, you've probably hit the nail on the head there. Like, I was like, right, I don't. If I was in my head, working in an office was just like a lead up from going from school, that you've left the classroom and gone into an office.
I can vouch for that.
I want it to be like, well, at least if I'm on a building site or I'm on the tools somewhere, that you can work how you want and turn up when you want to.
Yeah.
That's totally not at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You are restricted to times. You're working for people. You've got to meet deadlines.
Yeah.
As a 16-year-old, I didn't know that. So when I started realising that I was getting up at 5 a.m, walking through Bedderton Park to get a train from Hackbridge into like Islington, I've never even come out of Croydon. I was like, this ain't a bit of me.
Yeah.
Like, all my mates are still at school lying in bed. Hold on one sec. Like, lying in bed till like 8 o'clock, 7:30. They're working in Asda, Sainsbury's. They're earning more money a month than I am. And I'm just lugging plasterboards up like 55,000 flights of stairs.
With grown men.
With grown men. Yeah, and I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't know, I've made a ricket here. Now, looking back on that, I was young enough I could have gone back to sixth form. I could have gone back to college and all that. But the mistake I made was that, well, I'm out now. What am I going to do now? I just stopped going to college. I just stopped, I stopped. I was like that, got pulled into the office. I was like, I don't want to do this. Come back, Mum and Dad are like, what are you going to do now? I was like, I don't know. So Dad was like, well, I've got a job on. Come and work with me. And that's how I then led into working with Dad. And to be honest with you, it was probably not the best apprenticeship because, we were picked up at when he fancied it, and then
11 a.m.
and then we was probably in the pub by 2.
And so the story goes.
On the flip side of that, we did do a few big jobs. We got quite a few decent contracts and stuff, and I went to college then, and I enjoyed it and got into it, and that's where I am now. I've built my own business up. It's just that learning curve.